You choose service.
She chose to receive, I'm pretty sure. Hate to argue with an umpire.
Okay.
So,
First
with
game.
that decided, we now start.
Winter to serve, love all.
All action. Look at that. She's jumping, getting herself G'd up here, Sabine. What I'm really interested in is why she chose to make that change, whether she's seen something broadly in the game that suggests she can take on players like Wang YIDI with a different approach and win.
I think there was a couple of reasons for Sabine. One we've already mentioned was just how strong her forehand was. She wanted to be able to play forehand more often on the table. So that anti-spin allows her to slow the game down with that defensive stroke and get an opportunity to run with her forehand. And secondly, she's mentioned it herself before, that some of the Indian players that she's been watching have had success against the Chinese national team with those long pimple defensive rubbers. So she wanted to try and emulate that, give herself a better chance at progressing through the rankings.
Early days yet, Gavin, but look at the start she's made here. And this has, funnily enough, been an all-action start from the German. Not so much disruptive, but just doing what she needs to do. And it's Wang YIDI who's just a little bit of a slow starter in this one. This is turning into a very handy start. It's 6 points to love. Hasn't she got some UK connections as well, Sabine?
I believe one of her parents, possibly her father, is from England, Bristol, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I need a fact check on that, John.
Well, if we're going to go Bristol, I reckon you might be right. And then we just never got there from Wang YIDI, who's on the board finally here in Japan. Of course, the last time we saw her in action, she was all smiles, with Guiman having won the women's doubles in Las Vegas at that US smash. How good is that? Blazing exchange there from both players.
Rally of the match so far, both players exploding forward. But Sabine Winter will need to be careful. She doesn't want to play at that speed all the time. That's where Wang YIDI is very, very comfortable.
Adjusted very, very well, and then fired one at the body, the face even, of Wang YIDI to win the point.
This is what she's looking for, that change of speed, that slow with the anti-spin, and then turning that corner with a strong forehand to the middle.
Left 7-2.
Cat and mouse there. Winter adjusted a couple of times to get on the forehand, and as soon as he served up the backhand, YIDI pounces. Still a handy lead though. She's got off to a great start here, the German.
That's a great take from Winter there, that half-long service and then follow it up by another strong forehand. She looks comfortable here starting.
9-3.
It's 9-3. It's a very, very strong position. Not this time, as that one slaps back into Winter.
And she almost rescued this one here, really high, strong backhand from YIDI, but somehow nearly got it back.
And now she gives herself a chance with 6 game points to take a shock early lead against the player from China. And she does it.
11 for
Now, whether it's a case of Wang Yidi not being there,
Winter.
or let's be more charitable and say that this really was an impressive performance by the German. It's an eye-catching and surprising scoreline in the early exchanges. Applause there from Werner Koller as his player is doing just what they dreamed of her doing at the start of this one. 11-4 in the first, Sabine Winter. My apologies. Zoltan Balesti, of course, is the player, coach rather, who's with player Sabine Winter there in the corner for the Germans. I suppose it's going to be more of the same, please, Gavin McGuire, from what we've seen so far. Excellent start.
I think the message will be very much to continue as she has been disrupting that form and that rhythm of Wang Yidi. You know, we know that Wang is so good in those speed rallies, those backhand to backhand exchanges. Sabine's job here is just to slow that down. Keep getting that anti-spin in, try to make it short on the table, where Wang Yidi is not sure whether she can attack or she must push.
Second game, Wang to serve, love all.
But what we do know, of course, about Wang Yidi is that nothing phases her. The demeanour, the approach, it won't change. She's been here, she's done this, she's gone deep in events before. And in China WTT Champions, she looked dead and buried, only to come through and win.
And so often, John, we see the best players losing that opening game. You know, it just takes them a bit of time to find their form, find their feet out there in the arena.
1, 2.
And of course the trick now for Sabine Winter is to just keep it up, to just rechannel what she had early on. And keep the points short, not get into those trades you were saying.
Yeah, she certainly doesn't want to get into those with Wang Yidi. It's not that she can't win those points, but it's just not going to be the tactic for her today.
Mixing it up nicely there, keeping her opponent guessing.
You can see just forcing that push that we spoke about from Wang Yidi and then loading that forehand topspin up, really changing the pace all the time, and that's the key.
Oh, how about that off the forehand? Absolutely punching one deep.
It's a masterclass from Winter so far. One spin up, really high quality, and then this time she runs straight around the corner and sends a bullet down the line.
This time she goes inside out. Again on the forehand. She's in a happy place right now. That's what makes these opening early matches so compelling, because you'll have someone ranked, what, 35 places below this storied superstar Chinese player, but it's on. It's always a possibility that the upset could come your way. Timeout call.
I think that's a good timeout on the German side. Just very important that Winter holds this lead and keeps the momentum on her side for as long as possible.
You think about timeouts, don't you? Very much it's about disrupting the potential flow that your opponent's going to get into. Don't let them get on that little bit of a roll. Here's Zoltan.
Da kannst du nicht nur machen.
Ich wollte gerade gut,
Ja, das wäre gut gewesen, aber wenn du kommst und mit Vorhand annimmst, dann bitte lang schubsen. Okay. Du kannst dann auch.
Der hat Anti gemacht, nicht?
Doch, Vorhand. Das kannst du auch.
Ja, ich bin lieber Anti. Also wenn es egal ist, mache ich lieber Anti.
Dann lieber Ante, aber lang in die
Ja,
Rückhand.
freut
Okay.
mich jetzt. Ja, der kurze wäre gut gewesen.
Ja, das wäre auch gut gewesen, aber lieber lang, weil sie hat Angst. Okay? Und wenn du Aufschlag machst, kannst du auch einen langen Aufschlag machen. Okay? Nicht, weil jetzt sie schubt immer. Sie schubt. Sie macht keine Banane.
So, Gavin, I know that you spent during your club career some time in Germany, of course. Did you come away with enough language to pick up anything from Zoltan there?
I certainly wouldn't say I'm fluent, John, but I definitely picked up a little bit of that. And one thing that really stood out for me there was the smiling exchanges between the two of them. Sabine looks really, really comfortable, and Zoltan just reminded her that Wang YIDI looks a little bit scared out there. You know, you don't be afraid to play out long to her backhand. It doesn't have to be short. We saw her make a couple of mistakes there, just hitting the net with that short ball. But Zoltan reminded her it doesn't need to be always short. Go long.
Yeah.
And there's a prime example. We saw her go straight.
I picked up on Lang a couple of times in there, and you're 100% right. I know even you were saying earlier on, you know, don't get caught up in these, but increasingly on the balance of these exchanges, she's winning more than she's losing. And there's just a little bit of tentative play creeping in from Wang YIDI, who might be somewhere at the back of that highly experienced mind thinking, oh, it's not happening again, is it?
Yeah, not a bad variation there. Just trying to change it up, play one out to the forehand of Wang YIDI, but she won't want to do that too often, popping it up.
Yeah, and the smile told you the story. She knew what was up there, but it's still a 2-point game in the second. So happy to just run around that to go low. She's a great athlete, Sabine, and she's backing herself.
It's a great take on that half long meaning when the second bounce is just coming off the end line. And Sabine doing great to pick that one up.
Love the way that she's done that once or twice now. Really stretched YIDI to the forehand, and that smile is a rueful one from the Chinese star.
The tactic is becoming clearer and clearer. Long to the backhand on the first, let YIDI play, and then that anti-short, forcing the push, and there's the big forehand one more time.
And you were saying, sir, game points, 5 of them going the way of the German, who can do no wrong at the moment. Game plan beautifully laid out by Gavin Maguire there. Will it see her through? Yeah. She is 2 games up against one of the stars of the Chinese game, the number 5 in the world, the number 5 seed here in Yokohama is up against it right now. Wow, what a story this is turning out to be. As again, Sabine Winter talks tactics, she's 2 games to the good. Are we going to see a very highly rated women's seed fall at the first hurdle? Wang YIDI, number 5 on that list there, behind Sun Yingsha, Wang Manyu, Chen Jingtong, and Guaiman, is in all sorts of trouble. She's just dropped the first 2 games to the number 40th ranked Sabine Winter. 5-4. 5-4, Gavin.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. I was looking at you with a bit of disbelief on my face there, John, when I saw the scoreboard come up. Was it actually 5-4 against Wang YIDI? But it's a masterful performance from Sabine Winter.
Oh, Marlin will look on and nod and know that his player's got the pedigree to do this. Yes, of course she could win 3 games here.
Yeah,
but
that's what we've got to remind ourselves. Wang YIDI will certainly have everything in her locker to come back here.
And it's all really on the woman in black and red right now. Will she continue to do what has served her so very well so far?
And so often you'll find that if Wang YIDI just creeps her way back into this and takes the 3rd game, she'll start to get a bit more comfortable. So actually this is a really important one for Winter now.
she's done it there just as she's done it for 2 games. And I was just going to ask you, Gavin, when you are a player sticking to a game plan, of course that's easier said than done, isn't it? When you know tantalizingly you can win this and you're through.
Exactly, and Winter just has to find the right moments to deviate from that game plan, just to cause a little bit of doubt in Wang Yidi's mind. We saw her do it in the last game, changing one out to the forehand, almost sacrificing the point for the good of her tactic in the long run.
Yeah, because every point now is precious. Every point carries so much danger for Wang Yidi in particular. And there's a shift. You come into it with conditioning, you talk about tactics, you talk about all that, and then suddenly the mental side of the match takes over, and that's where we are for both players right now.
Absolutely, and there was one of those shifts again. We saw Winter actually twiddle and play a backhand topspin. Again, just causing that variation, just causes doubt in Wang Yidi's mind. Causes then a little bit of doubt in the footwork, slows her down. It's exactly what Winter needs right now.
But let's talk about Wang Yidi, who slams that one home. And what she'll look to do right now is to play on any uncertainty that is in Winter's mind right now. She'll be looking to capitalize on any change in mental preparation, because she's gone into a 4-2 lead now in the third. And suddenly you feel just a little shift.
That's what it's all about now. That's what we've seen Yidi struggle with before. We saw her push a lot of those in the first and second game. Now, this time, a bit more brave, turning the corner and giving that pivot forehand.
Maybe she just needed her back to the wall, because that's where it was, and she's really come off that wall well. And suddenly all the things that had seemed so simple for this woman are proving much, much harder. Funny what a 2-to-love lead can do for you.
It's such a psychological game, table tennis, when you feel like, right, I'm 2-0 down, I'm almost out of this, I've nothing to lose, and all of a sudden Wang Yidi has burst back into life.
Well, that's what she's about. You don't get to the top 5 in the world, and she's been higher, of course, without having resilience as part of your skill set. A rare miss, but it's a 6-point cushion. We just heard some of the Chinese fans. I think they've been stunned. It was the first time they really gave any kind of voice then, getting in support of Wang Yidi.
Yeah, we saw another little change there from Winter. This time again with that backhand kick, topspin, twiddling from the anti-spin.
Now, they were going her way in the opening 2 games, not so in this one. And it's 7 game points to draw back to 2-1 down for Wang Yidi. Big break. But she'll need more than that if she's going to come through this one, Winter.
Almost an unreturnable one, the dribbler we call it.
It goes long, and Wang Yidi is now very much in business here. And you're almost tempted to say that this could be a big problem for SABINE Winter, who's not really ever been in this third game. Still leads in the match by 2-1, but Wang Yidi now is going to be plotting with Marlin her way to come the long way round and win this one and book a place in the round of 16.
啊。然而啊，他正手位其实
Time, please.
啊，有机会的话连续给出没问题的。好吧，现在按正手打没问题啊。
She can't wait to get back into this one. Few final words from Malin there, but Wang YIDI was all business. She wants to get back at this, and why not? She has just won the third game convincingly against somebody who was absolutely dominant, SABINE Winter, in the opening two games. And you know, Gavin McGuire, this is the one where you almost perversely say that the woman who's losing in the match probably feels like the favourite right now.
Yeah, she's certainly swung the balance now in terms of who's favoured again, back in her favour, despite being 2-1 down. I think it's really important that Winter finds a way to get points on the board early in this fourth game. She can't allow Wang YIDI to run away like she did on the last one.
What they're playing for in this one is an opportunity in the round of 16 to take on the winner of either the Australian Yang Zilu or India's Manika Batra. Well, they won't be even thinking about that right now. Got to get through this first. And SABINE Winter still has a great chance here. She's just got to fight. There are times when you just got to dig your heels in sometimes.
Exactly that, John, and you just see how heavy the reversal on that one was there. Using that anti-spin to full advantage, and Wang YIDI, ball goes straight into the net.
3-1.
This is where she's so tricky. The touch of Wang YIDI has kept her in touch, and she has absolutely dominated lately. 13 of the last 16 points going the way of the number 5.
And it does feel that way as well, John, doesn't it? It's just we haven't seen what we saw in the first two games from Winter.
The other thing about Wang YIDI is she gets on with it quickly. She bustles around. She comes at you. That's good, though.
2-4.
Change of pace from the German. She'll have to just take whatever she can. If she can start getting that booming forehand back into play, she might feel that she has a chance.
3-4.
Because one of the problems that comes off the back of that US smash in Las Vegas is in the back of the minds of a lot of these Chinese players, I don't want to be the big name that goes out. Don't want to be the early casualty. And boy, we saw plenty of those in the early exchanges in the USA.
5-4.
Certainly does play a part, and especially out here in the first round.
Oh, she really bends into getting that forehand over there. SABINE, we've seen it before a couple of times.
4-6.
Couple of big serves here, you feel. Oh, and again, a big break off the net. And of course, you'll acknowledge it. It's what you do. Just felt like a big point, that one.
And even there was a chance for Winter, and she tried that reversal backhand, almost like, I think she called it herself a UFO shot, where she reverses her forehand rubber onto the backhand side when she doesn't have time to twiddle.
But those 2 points on serve dropped, and that means it's a 4-point game, and it means that this march back into this match for Wang YIDI continues. Of course, it is early days, and if somehow Wang YIDI was to come through to this one, she'd say, okay, not at my best, but it's just the result that matters.
And actually, John, these kind of close encounters, if you come through them, they actually set you up so well going forward in the event. You know, even when you're not playing your best table tennis, you can still win. Gives you a lot of confidence going forward.
So she really is on top, and she's given herself 5 game points now to take it into the 5th, and she would have to start that fifth if we get there as a hot favorite. Wow. Well, there was an almost miraculous recovery from YIDI, but she can't take the point. SABINE has saved one. But can't save another, and it is 2 games apiece, and you feel that the woman from China has finally got into her stride and is striding across to her coach, knowing that she will be the favorite to progress to the round of 16. Well, coach has his say. Let's just take a little look back at what she's been doing. She takes the fourth 11-6. Let's look back to what happened when she took on Tong Tong in an extraordinary encounter in Incheon, and she'll be looking to repeat this kind of form. Look at her celebration there as Wang YIDI from nowhere came through to win against her compatriot and to be a WTT Champions winner in this calendar year already. She'll be looking to add to that tally as we are finding ourselves in the third of the WTT Champions events of 2025. That's the record in deciders. She has the edge with a 58% historical win ratio when it comes to final set. SABINE Winter is better than 50-50, so she's not out of this one. But what's she got to do, Gavin, to give herself a chance?
I think it's really important that she remembers if somebody offered her a one-game shootout with Wang YIDI at the start of this, she would have taken it in a heartbeat. And if she can recapture a little bit of that form that we saw and disrupt with her anti-spin, she's got a big chance here.
Yeah, get back to what served her so well early on. First blood, Wang YIDI, and she celebrates. She knows that was a huge point. Coach is off his chair.
Winter did everything right there, but that defense from Wang YIDI was just incredible. She found a way to get to everything.
Well, you get the breaks. They've gone against her recently, but she gets that one, a big one. And that ball making its way back towards the net again.
After how she played in the first point, she'll feel like she deserved that one, John.
Patient and gets the reward.
That's what served her so well. That first ball with the anti-spin and then just heavy rotation to the middle against Wang YIDI.
Backs it up with another point. And straight away you can see that reaction. When you do bring in timeout call, when you bring in something new to your game at the age that she's at, you've got to have full faith that you and your coach know what you're doing. What about the Chinese camp right now? Let's listen in.
Okay.
It's loud in here. It's an incredible atmosphere in the Infinity Arena, so we might not have picked up everything there. But, Gavin, you summed it up perfectly. It is a shootout. It's a shootout that SABINE Winter has a 2-point advantage in right now. So for all the work that Wang YIDI has done to get back to 2-all, it comes down to these big, big points now. There's another.
It's just so funny, John, how psychological table tennis is. We saw Wang YIDI, like she had nothing to lose at 2-0 down. All of a sudden, she gets back to 2-2. She knows she's favoured again, and you just see those nerves creep back in.
Yeah, you can be as experienced as anything. You can have tasted major final success, as we showed you just a few moments ago. But in this moment, there's a challenge psychologically for both of these players. And that's more like it from Wang YIDI. The power she brings, the urgency.
That's what Wang YIDI needs to do. She needs to be brave and turn that corner. She knows Winter wants to push long to her backhand. She needs to be brave, turn and use that forehand.
She got away with one, floated one up there, but in the end, digging it out from off her shoelaces, Sabine Winter picks up a big point.
She had no right to win that one, but she does fantastically well to use her forehand from such a distance from the table.
Look at that reaction from Zoltan. He knew that's a massive point to take out. And remember, it's still a 2-point game here in the fifth. But back comes YIDI, given the chance. After all this, there's only 1 point between them.
Great defence there from YIDI to put it back with even more pressure. Really wide into that Winter backhand, not offering her a chance to play a second time with forehand.
Fortune, you feel here, is going to favour the brave. And she was brave there, Winter.
She certainly was, and great placement as well. Just in that crossover point where YIDI is not sure, can she take backhand or forehand, and it's moving at such a speed that if she doesn't make the decision right, it's a point for Winter.
5, 6.
But they're trading points at the moment. It's still a 1-pointer. And it's time to chew the fingernails. It's edge of the seat stuff right now.
Left. 5, 6.
SABINE.
Oh, she's missed with that one.
7,
A rueful smile afterwards, and a different set of emotions playing on the face of Sabine Winter there.
Yeah, she knew that that receive wasn't exactly what she was trying to do. She gave YIDI the chance, but a little bit of fortune to win that one, and she'll take it with a smile.
That's what pressure does to you. Oh, feet go from under her. Beautiful deception there as that just fades away off the backhand of YIDI, and no push-off, no plant there from Sabine.
It was actually a perfect point from Winter, but so calm from Wang YIDI to just change direction with that push out the forehand. Like you said already, John, that's experience.
Now that is going to give her so much confidence.
I just feel like the ball, did that glance the net on the way over there as well? Just an extra bit of fortune. Everything that Winter needs in this moment.
7, 8.
This is not going to be easy for either of these players, getting this one won.
Oh, it's interesting that Winter has decided now a couple of times to receive with her forehand. I mean, that anti-spin backhand receive has done her so well so far.
She has to trust it, you're right.
7.
It sets her up, and then yes, she can get onto that big forehand winner.
Now, we did mention that maybe it's a case that she wanted to vary things. She's trying to be brave in the moment and change so that she gets more advantage when she does do it.
She's edging closer, though, to a huge upset here.
9, 8.
That pickup, John, that was so short on the table. That second bounce was coming right on the end line. Wang YIDI so calm. What an effort.
She stayed alive, and now she gives herself a chance. 2 match points for the German.
Can't really believe what I'm seeing right now. YIDI look favoured again in that point, but Winter finds a way. That footwork with her feet, always finding a chance to play that high spinning forehand.
He can't sit down. This is incredible, the atmosphere in the Infinity Arena as Wang YIDI fights to stay alive in Yokohama. Chance. Still a match point for Sabine Winter.
This is the moment now. You've got to be brave if you want to take this one. On both sides, really.
Oh, and she goes for it and can't. And YIDI wins the serves. And it's locked up at deuce. And it's anyone's.
Well, we asked for bravery, and that was bravery from Winter. Just not coming off, but bursting around the corner, trying to finish that one off.
Now it's in her hands, but the pressure's on her too. Oh, she got one back, not the second, and now it's match point Wang YIDI.
This game has just turned on its head, and you'll see even YIDI there with that forehand coming off the edge of her racket. She'll give a small apology maybe afterwards, but she knows how important it was.
Serving to win it, Wang YIDI. She's done it the hard way and celebrates and smiles, but also acknowledges her opponent. Sabine Winter has given her the toughest opening match she could possibly